In this video, I'll teach you how to create a service landing page using WordPress and Elementor free. Hey guys, how are you? I'm Michaela from Simplifying Websites, and I'm going to teach you how to create a service landing page with an accounting theme today. But you can replicate it for any niche, and you can also use it as a base to create other types of landing pages, like product, info products, courses, etc. Before going to my computer screen, I'm going to ask for a like here in the video and for you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. Okay, so that's it. Let's go to my computer screen now. So let's go, guys. Before starting the tutorial, I need to give you some tips that will guide you in your landing page creation process. First, as you can see, the tutorial is quite large, so if you think I'm talking too fast or too slow, here on YouTube there's this little gear that you can turn here in speed, and you can put it faster or slower. Okay, another thing, whenever I create a tutorial here teaching you, I leave the material of the class when I use images, when I use codes, colors, when I use icons. I always leave you a drive on my Google and I leave you the material of this class. And everything I tell you, a link to a video that I taught such a thing, this icon here will be in our material. Everything I talk about material or description will be here, below the video. So, every video of ours, we leave the material here for you. You see? There's a little text here. You click on Show More, and here you will have all the information you need that I will be citing throughout the video will be here, okay? Including the material I told you, images, icons, colors that I leave for you is here, below the support material. So, you will click here and you will be redirected directly to our drive, okay? Another thing, the first step here for us to be able to create our structure is the purchase of the domain and the host. What is the domain and the host? The domain is the link on your website, the link on your page. So, for you to have a link like this, personalized with the name of your project, of your company, you need to pay for it. Pay for the right to have this personalized link. It's not expensive, okay? Don't worry. But it's something you'll need to purchase, okay? And the hosting is mega computers that store the files of your website and send it to the internet. So, that's how we can access your website here on the internet. For you to be able to host your website in these hostings, you need to pay for the right to use that space, okay? The hosting that we recommend is Hostinger, and the link will also be here in the description, see? So, for example, we will always leave here for you to purchase hosting websites with a discount. So, we have a discount coupon that will be here in the description too, guaranteed up to 10% discount. You can copy and paste there when buying. And then you can click here with our link because we are a partner of Hostinger, so if you buy using our link, you will help the channel to bring more content like this one for you, okay? So you come here, click, which will redirect you to Hostinger, okay? And here you will make the choice of your plan. Here on the initial page of Hostinger, they always show this hosting plan here, okay? But there are several other plans that you can choose. You can come up here in hosting, come here in website hosting, and here you will have other plans. So there is this single hosting, premium hosting, which is the one that was appearing up front. Business hosting, right? And here in hosting and cloud hosting, there are other types of more expensive, more elaborate plans because, like, I'm going back to the website hosting part that I told you to see. When you choose a hosting plan, you have to observe a few things. Here on each plan, it tells you what resources it provides. So, here in this one, which is the single plan, you can host up to one website. It has 50 GB of storage, 100 GB of bandwidth. It doesn't give you the right to a domain, backups, etc. This type of plan here is ideal for small institutional websites that won't have much access. As you are in this video, you are wanting to make a landing page, right? We usually use landing pages, sales pages to make ads, campaigns on Google, on Facebook, and take a lot of people to our website. So, if you intend to take a lot of people to your website, you need a bigger plan to handle these accesses, okay? So, for example, this plan here, which is the most popular plan, the premium plan, it allows you to create up to 100 websites. So you can make one, you can make up to 100. It has 100 GB of storage, unlimited bandwidth, free domain in the first year. So remember this domain that I told you about? In the purchase of 1 year from this single plan, you get the first year of the free domain. So you don't need to pay the domain at this first moment. SSL free, which is this padlock up there, see? It allows you to install up to 100 websites. You can create only one or up to 100. It has 100 GB of storage, twice as much as this one, and the best part, it has unlimited bandwidth. So, if you pass the mouse here in the question mark, it will say, "Don't worry about the amount of traffic. You are free to have as many accesses as you want, so it doesn't have a limit of accesses, right?" In this one, it has only 100 GB of bandwidth, okay? So, there are few accesses. You will have the right to few accesses. While here, hiring from this plan, you don't need to worry about the amount of accesses that your website will have, okay? And besides earning free domain here in the first year, okay? In addition, it has several free emails that you can do, right? In this one, you can make a single account. Here, you can make up to 100 free email accounts too, right? So, there are many cool features here, and it's really worth buying from this plan, okay? So, you will come here, take a look, you will choose your hosting plan. After choosing, you will click here on Add to Cart, then you will be redirected here to the cart already. I already have an account here in Hostinger. That's why my name is showing up there. If you don't have an account, it will appear up here or more down here in the form, but down here for you to create your account, okay? And then you can, it's easy, name, email, password, so you can create your user here, okay? And here you choose what period you want to buy. Notice that the longer you buy, the cheaper it gets per month, so if you want the hosting to discount month by month, it's $39.90. If you buy from 1 year, 12 months, it already drops to less than half, so it's $17.99. If you buy 24 months, which are 2 years, it's $14.99. If you buy from 48 months, it's $10.99 per month, right? So, it pays off a lot if you buy at least from 1 year, because as I told you at the beginning, if you buy from 1 year, you don't have to pay the domain, right? In the first year, okay? So, I'm going to choose 12 months here, then you choose what the payment form will be. There are cards, PX, tickets, PayPal, you choose. I'm going to choose a credit card, and here it updates how much it will be, and then down here there is this, look, there is a discount coupon. You can come here in the video description, copy the discount coupon that we have here, and paste it here, or write it. Then you click here on Apply. Look, it already gave another discount here. It has already dropped to $194. Then you click here on Send Payment. It will send you to a screen. Then here on this screen, you will fill in your name, the number of your card, and then you will click here on Pay Now. I will fill in my card data here, and I will click on Pay Now. Look, then when you make the payment, it will load. It will come to this page here. Then you will click here on Start Now. Then it will ask you if you want to create a new website or migrate yours. If you already have it, you click here on Select and follow the steps to migrate. If you are going to start now, you click here on Select to create a new website. Then I will click here on Skip and start from scratch. Then it will ask me to choose my domain. I have the right to a free domain, right? So I can choose my domain here, then I will click here on Select, and I will type the domain I want. But first, before doing this, before typing the domain I want here, it is good for us to come here on the Hostinger website, click here on Domain, Register Domain, and search for the domain we want, because here we can see all the extensions we have, then it gets easier. The extension I want is Innova Contabilidade. Remembering that it is a fictitious project, okay? It's not a client, I'm putting any name here. Then you click here on Search. Look, it doesn't have it, it's not available. Then the domain I want here will be homecontabio.com.br. There, it's available, this domain, I can buy it if I want, and other domain extensions, it shows me here too. So, for example, the .com is also available. So you will put your name here, you will choose the extension of your domain, you will click on Search, It will appear here that the domain is available. You will click on Continue, then here you choose the server you want. I will leave South America, Brazil. If your audience goes to another country, you change. You will click on Continue. Here to complete settings. Here it will ask for some data. You click on Finish Register. Remember that when you buy a domain with extension.com, after a few days, a link arrives in your email for you to confirm your registration data. So keep an eye on your email in a few days for you to click and finish the registration, okay? Look, complete settings and beauty. Then it will start preparing your work area here. Ready, I'm done here. You can click here to visit your website, right? Or you can click here to manage the website. I'm going to click here to manage the website so we can go to our panel. If you access the domain you bought here, look. It will already have this little screen here from Hostinger, which means that the domain has already been purchased, has already been propagated. When you have this little screen from hosting, it's ready for you to start creating your website, okay? Beauty. So if you go to the Hostinger website, click here to enter, you will be directed here to the hosting platform, which is where you will control your Hostinger, okay? So you will come here in hosting, you see? And then you will have this little rectangle here with the name of your plan and your domain. Here I have others because I have other hosting plans here too, but yours will only have a square here, okay? Beauty. So now that we have our domain here, we will start installing WordPress, which is our step 2 here, okay? WordPress is the platform we are going to use to create the website, okay? I'm going to use the .com.br domain, which is like I told you, it's better for those who are here in Brazil. If you have only bought .com, it's okay. You can do it with it, no problem. Then if you go to .com, you will click here to manage, okay? I'm going to do mine on .com.br, so I'm going to click on manage on .com.br, okay? It doesn't matter. It's just to tell you how you determine which domain you are going to do. So, okay. You click here to manage. It will come here in Auto Installer. It will come here in WordPress. You will select, this is where we will put the data from the website, right? Here I will put the title of the website. I will put home and accountability. Here you will put the administrator email, which is the email you will use to log in, okay? This title that is appearing here is this title that is here in the description of the website, up here, you see? It says Descomplicating Sites in the email, you see? So it's this little title here that we're putting here. Here, the username, you can log in. You will be able to log into the website with both the email and the username. It automatically takes the first username of the email, but you can change it, okay? I'll put Michaela in mine, and here's the password you're going to use to log into the website. I'll put a password here. Then clicking here on Advanced, we will come here on the installation path and we will choose HTTPS, which will automatically install the SSL, which is this padlock here, you see? That leaves the website with the encrypted information, makes it safer, okay? This is the database password. You don't need it. It generates automatically. Then we will click on Next. Here we will choose the language. I will choose Portuguese. It has to be from Brazil, okay? If it's from Portugal, there are several different words. Click here on Install. Then it did the installation of WordPress, okay? Now, if you access your domain website that you installed, which in my case is com.br, this will appear, okay? This means that the website is already on the online. This is already your website. There's just a few letters here because WordPress, when you install it, it comes like this. Then you need to configure it to stay the way you want, but the website is already on the online. I'm saying this because a lot of people say, how do I put it on the online now? It's already on the online. From the moment you install WordPress, anyone can access it, okay? And then we will modify it to stay the way we want, okay? Then you can log in 2 ways. You can click here and edit the website, which will take you inside the WordPress logged in. Or you come here, your domain, whenever you want to log in. Here in the front, you put the bar, WP admin, hit enter, and then it will come to this login page, which is where you put that username and password that you created. Done. And now we are here on the WordPress platform. I even closed it up there, see? The hostinger, now we are on WordPress, which is the platform that we will use to create the website. So whenever you have this black bar here, you are on the inside of the website, and here is on the outside, okay? And if you are seeing this black bar up here on your website, it means that you are logged in. When you are not logged in, you are not showing up. So this only appears to you who is an administrator user. Okay, let's start the settings here on our WordPress, okay? Look, first we will come here in General Settings. If yours is not in that configuration that we made to leave in Portuguese and everything is in English, this is the time for you to get it right. Then you will come here in Language, you see? And you will choose the Portuguese language of Brazil. It will come down here and save, okay? Here in the website title, we put that title that appears up there. Now we will put the description, which is the text that appears after the bar. Like here on my website, look. There are websites that are getting more and more complicated, right? And after the bar, there is learn how to create WordPress websites, right? So this is the text after the bar that we will put here. I will put, for example, your online account. You put the title you think is best there, okay? These here, for God's sake, don't change it. If you change it, the website will go out of the air. This one you don't change, okay? Leave it as it is. Ready? Come here and save, okay? Now we will come here in Permanent Links. It will change here to the post name. It will save, okay? Now we will come here in Appearance Themes. WordPress by default already comes with these 3 themes installed. We only need one, which is none of these. So we will exclude all of them and install what we are going to use. Just click up here, click down here on Exclude and OK. Click here on Exclude and OK. This one is active, so we can't exclude it. We have to activate the other one that we are going to use and then exclude this one. That's where it will be. Let's click here on Add New. It will already appear here in the most popular ones. It's this one, you see. Hello, Elementor. You will click on Install and Activate. If it's not showing up here, you can search here in the menu, okay? Hello, Elementor. Click on Install, then Activate. Done. Now this one is already available for us to exclude. I'm going to click on it. Exclude. Done. Hello Elementor needs the Elementor plugin. The Elementor plugin is the plugin that we will use to really create the layout of our website. It is the most important thing here in WordPress that you will use. So you can either click here to install Elementor, or you can come here in Plugins, Activate New. Search here in the menu for Elementor. Whenever you want to install a new plugin, you will come here. Then you will search here. Elementor. This is it, Elementor Page Builder. Go to Install and then Activate. You can click here on top and delete everything that is after WP Admin so we can go back to the panel, okay? We will come here in Plugins installed. Let's clean up here. Exclude some plugins that we will not use. First, we will disable this WP Forms Lite here. Let's click on it to disable it. Let's disable this Lightspeed cache here from hosting. Okay, then we will exclude this, and this. You can leave the Lightspeed because it is a very important optimization plugin that we will use later. We will only disable it for now, so it doesn't get in the way of the process, okay? After you have selected all, come down here in Action and Mass and click on Exclude and click on Apply. And okay, then it will exclude all the plugins. Done. It left only the ones we need. Now we will create our home page. I will come here in Pages. First, I will come here in all the pages. I will first exclude this example page. I will click on it and click on Garbage. Excluded. Then I will click here on Add New for us to create our main page, which will be the page that we will create our launch page. Then I will give the name here to our page. I will put Home Accountability. You can put the name of the course, the service, any name you want. I'll put this one right here. I'll put the name here. I'll click here on Publish twice. You can already click here on the WordPress symbol. Whenever you click here, it will go back in here. See? Then okay. If you come here to reload the page, you will have changed some things, see? Because we changed the theme. So it changed. The theme Hello Elementary has pink letters and everything. We will configure all of this, okay? So what are we going to do now? We will come here in Settings, Reading, here in your launch page, Show. We will click here on a static page. On the home page, we will put Home Accountability. Pay attention and follow the steps. Very important. You have to do this, otherwise your website will look like this when the person accesses the link here directly. We are doing the configuration here so that we can configure what will appear on the home page. The home page is the page that appears when we load the domain here, okay? And by default, WordPress shows the file page, the post page, right? It's a platform that has already been configured for the blog. So this one, for example, is a post. You see, you click here, it has a text here as if it were a blog post. And then we configure this here so that the page we are going to do, the landing page, is the home page, okay? I'm selecting here, click here to save changes. Then if we reload here now, that file that was here will have disappeared, okay? It's just showing the website title and everything else, okay? Now let's go to step 4, which is the creation of our layout, right? We had created that home page that is here in Pages, all pages. And now we're going to start editing it. Let's go here to edit. Let's click up here to edit with Elementor. Now we're going to start creating with the Elementor plugin. When you click, it keeps giving this warning here, asking you to buy the Pro, but you can close it in the X, okay? We're only going to use Elementor free, you can close it too. And then you realize that it has the title, right? The website menu up there. We want the screen to be completely white so that we can create it our way, right? We're going to come here to the gear, here in the page layout, we're going to leave Elementor Canva. When we put Elementor Canva, it disappears with the menu and the footer. And this type of configuration is ideal for land pages, because in land pages, we don't want to have a menu and a footer, because we don't want the client to get bored and leave the page and think about other things. We want to concentrate information inside this page here to close the sale, to make it have this action here that we want, okay? Okay. The first thing we're going to do before we start creating is configure our Elementor for the new Flexbox container technology. This technology is a newer technology that Elementor is making a transition, so you will only need to activate it if your Elementor is like this. If you click here and it doesn't have a little arrow here, to one side, to the other, it's because it's in the old version. If you click and it has these arrows, it's already in the new version. You won't need to activate it. I'm teaching because, as it's in transition, for now it's still in this old one, but after it updates, it will come automatically, okay? So in all the videos, I'm teaching with this new technology. To activate it, you will come here in your WordPress panel, go to the Elementor mouse, go to Settings, go to Resources. It may be that experiments are written on yours, okay? Then here in Flexbox Container, you will change to Active, go down here and save changes. Then you will go back here to your Elementor, click here to update, right? So you don't miss anything. It will reload the page, and when you reload it, it will already have the new technology. Look, you clicked here, you see? These arrows that I'm talking about. If yours is correct, without you activating anything, you don't need to do anything else. You can start from here, okay? So the first thing we're going to do, let's get a container like this one. Let's go here in the library. Let's drag a title. Let's drag a text. And let's drag a button, so we can already make the default settings, so we don't have to be setting up color, size, button all the time, okay? So, we're going to come here on these three here on the side. Let's click on Website Settings. Let's click on Global Colors. Elementor already comes with some global colors, you see? So, for example, the primary color that already comes in all secondary titles, which is subtitle and text, it already comes here configured link and buttons, you see? So everything we put in, it already pulls these default colors. If we put the colors of our project, we don't need to be setting up all the time, okay? So This primary, I'm going to put this blue color, just click and replace. You see? It is already changed up there, and the subtitle one, which is the link color, which is the button color, I'm going to change it to this water green, so I copied the text here, you see? And it has already changed to this water green. Then I'll go back here. I'll come here in global fonts, the font type, right? Here in the primary font, I'm going to put Poppins, which is the font. I'm going to leave it at 600 weight, right? And size 25, okay? Weight, which is the thickness, right? In the secondary, I will also leave Poppins font, size 20, weight 500. In the text, I will leave Poppins, size 15, weight 500. Here in the accent, I will also leave Poppins, size 15, weight 500, okay? I'm going to come back here. I'm going to come here in buttons. I'm going to leave the rounding configured here. I'm going to leave the color of it configured here, right? I'm going to leave it configured with the colors like this, you see? To get a blue gradient with the green. If you just want to put a color, you can click here, you see? Or choose the color you want, or whenever you want to get something that is configured in these default settings, you can come here, you see? In this little world, which is where you will get the default colors that are here, okay? I'm going to do the following. I'm going to click here on gradient because I want to make that gradient, the first one, which is this color here. I'm going to get the blue, I'm going to put it here, and the second one is the green. So, I'm going to get the green code, I'm going to replace it here. Careful not to have any space. Oh, I copied it wrong here. Look, the green color is already here, now I'm going to get it right. I'm going to change the angle here, you see? I'm going to leave it more or less like this. I want the green to be here, the blue to be here, and in the typography, I'm going to get this seat typography, but I'm going to change it. I'm going to leave it 400 weight and 15 size to get better, okay? I'm going to click on Update, then all the buttons, texts, and titles will be pre-configured here for us, okay? Then you can click on this X here to leave. You can even delete all of this, and let's start creating this first fold here of our fish wool, okay? We're going to come here. Let's get a container with 2 containers inside, you see? There's one side and the other. Let's go ahead. Let's put 50 padding. I'm going to disable the padding values. Padding is the space inside. So whenever I say padding, it's the space inside things, and margin is the space outside, okay? So notice that it moved away from these strips that were more to the end, so it's because we put the space inside the main box, okay? Then I disabled it, so I can move only one at a time, and then at the top, I'm going to put 70, and at the bottom, I'm going to put 72, and it was like this, okay? Then we will come here, in this main container, let's go to Style, Background Type, here is the image, we will come here, then whenever you want, you can drag the image from your computer here, or you can click here to select files, which you can search here on your computer. I'm going to get an image that I had already prepared here for this class, which is this one. I'm going to click here to open, then I'm going to click here to insert media. Look, the background image will be there. In image size, I will leave it complete, position, I will leave it centralized, and screen size, I will leave full fill so that it adapts to the screen size, okay? Then I will come here in the library, okay? Always because I set a square in the library, which is where there are these widgets. I'm going to get an image, drag it here, I'm going to come here in image size, put it here, complete. I'm going to come here and choose the image, then I'm going to get the logo, right? That I created. I'm also going to leave everything for you there in the material, in our drive, okay? I'm going to put the image here, then I'm going to come here in style, here in width. I'm going to reduce it a little bit. I think I'll leave it at about 53, okay? Going back to content, I'll leave it aligned to the left. I'm going to come here. I'm going to come in title, drag a title down here. Look, I'm going to come here on this page. I'm going to copy this title. At least I need to write it, then I can paste it here, okay? Look, but I'm going to make a configuration. I'm going to make a little trick, actually, so I don't have to create a code for this here, because you realize that it is a title of 2 colors, right? And you can't do this here in Elementor. You can only put 1 color. So what am I going to do? I'm going to come here. I'm going to drag a text over here. I'm going to come here in the note block. I'm going to paste here for us to delete the HTML garbage. Then I'm going to copy again. I'm going to paste here. Then I'm going to come here in Digital Business, select. I'm going to click on this box to open the rest of the settings. Then I'm going to click here on this A so we can change the color. I'm going to click on Custom. I'm going to put the color code here. Then the code I want is this water green color, right? I'm going to get this color. Then I'm going to replace it here in this box below. I'm going to click on the outside to be able to select. I'm going to click on OK, you see? Then it will have changed only this color here. Then I'm going to click here on text. It will have generated a code, which is the code that created these two colors, right? So I'm going to copy, come here in this one, come here in content, and instead of putting the title here, I'm going to put this code I created, you see? It will already have the two colors. Then I'm going to come here in style text color, and I'm going to put the white color because then it will stay this green color in the background. The words we put and the white color in the rest. We can right-click and exclude this title below, right? And then we will come here in the typography. Let's leave size 59 weight, which is the thickness 900, okay? Then we will come here. We can duplicate this title, then I will copy this title that is down here. I will come here and I will replace it. And then I will come here in style, typography. I will leave size 22 and weight 400 here, okay? Then I will come here in this container. I will increase its width here. I will leave it at about 62, okay? And in this one, I will come in advanced margin. And then here on the left, I will leave 20 as a pad to get a little far away because we will use this container all here, okay? Now we will make this form here on the side. First, I will come here in this container. I will come in style, background type, color. I will put white. I will come here in border, rounding. I will leave 10. It may be written in English in yours. It may be written in border radius. It will already be rounded, right? Now I'm going to get a title. Drag this title here. I'm going to copy this title that is here, paste it here. Let me come here in style, typography. I'll get the secondary typography, go back here to content, I will leave it centralized. I will copy this title below. I will come in this title here, click with the right button, duplicate. I will come in this one, come here in title, I will paste the subtitle here. I will come here in style, here in color, I will get this secondary color here, here in typography, I will decrease it a little more. I will come here in the world, I will get this text one, it is a little smaller. I will come here in the main container, I will come in advanced, I will leave 30 as padding and always clicking here to update so as not to lose anything, okay? Now we are going to make this form. To make this form, we need to install another plugin. It is a free plugin too, because Elementor has a form too, but it is in the paid version, you see? As we have the cold, we can't use it, but there is another free plugin that allows us to make the form here, okay? Actually, there are two plugins. One plugin we will use to create the form within the website, and the other plugin we will use to get this form here within Elementor and be able to use it, edit it here, okay? So we will access our admin panel here. Let's access it here. Let's go here in plugins, add new. Let's install the Contact 7 plugin. Contact 7. It's this plugin here. We'll click install and then activate. When you install it, it's already here, you see? Contact forms. There is even a standard form here. If we click here to edit, we can edit it, okay? What are we going to do now? We have to install the other plugin so we can see it inside Elementor. So, let's go here in plugins, you see? Add new plugin, and let's type Royale so we can install the Royale Add-ins plugin, which is this one, Royale Add-ins Elementor. Let's install and then activate. Click here in Hello and continue. Done. You can close this here. You can go back to the page with Elementor open and update the page. When you reload, you will be able to come here and type the form, right? And you will already have the Royale form, this one that has an R. You can drag it here and then you select, right? Which plugin are you going to pull from? We're going to pull from Contact 7. What will the form be? There is only one form, which is this standard here, you see? And then we can see here how it is being created there, you see? So what are we going to do? We will come here and delete some things that we don't need. So, for example, I'm going to delete this message box that we don't want, right? We only need the name, email, and phone here. And here in the form, there is already name, email, and subject, right? So, this subject here, we can delete it here. We will transform this form here. In fact, I will delete everything for us to do from scratch, okay? So, first, the name, we will come here in text. Let's select text. And then here the name, we will put written. Name. Standard value, which is what will be inside the form, right? Like here, we will put the same name, and let's select this here. Use this text as a reserved space, which is this space that is in here, you see? This text that is in here. By default, the title that we put here, it stays up here, you see? So if you want it to be inside the form, like I'm going to do, you just have to enable this option, you see? Then you click here on Insert Tag, then I'll go down here, I'll put the title here. I'll go down here, I'll get the email. I'll do the same thing. I'll take this number out here. I'll just leave it in the middle. And then here below, I'll write email. I'll leave it. I'll use it as a reserved space. I'll come down here. I'll get the phone number. I'll take this one out. Default value, I'll leave it phone. Use this field and insert tag. Then we can click here to save. Notice that it made a little mistake here in the mail. It was because we changed the email ID, you see? We come here, look, your email, we take it out, change it to email only, which is what we configured. Then we click save, okay? Okay, if we come here in the Elementor, exclude this here and pull it again, it will already pull with what we did. Contact 7, you see? It's already the way we configured it. Now we can come here and just make the settings here in the plugin. We will come here in Fields, then we will come here first in Input widget, which is the spacing, then I will leave it here 100%, you see? So that it stays in all the spacing of the box. I will come here in Border Radius. I will leave it 30% so that it is very round. I will come here on the border color. I will come here in the world. I will take the blue border. I will come here in the typography. I will take this text one. I will come here in Fields label and I will decrease the spacing here. I will come back here in Fields test area and vertical gutter. I will decrease the spacing between them, you see? I will come here in the input edge again because their height will increase a little more. I will decrease this one more. I will put a negative margin. I will put -10. It will look like this. I will come here on the button, then I will come here in the distance and I will increase its distance, okay? I will come here in alignment. I will leave it justified so that it stays in full extension. I will come here in border radius and I will leave it at 30. It will look like this. I will also come here in padding and I will increase its padding lower and upper. It will look like this. And always clicking here to update, okay? We will have made our form here like this. I will come here in this container. I will come in advanced. I will increase its padding here to 40. I will click here to update and it will look like this, okay? I will come here in this container. I will come in layout. I will decrease it a little bit here so that it gets a little higher. It will look like this, and I will still come here in advanced. I will decrease the padding value and I will put 50 up and 50 down. Well, then you can fix it the way you want it to be, okay? I'll leave mine like this. And I will also come here in layout. I will come here to justify the content. I will leave it aligned to the center so that everyone has a nice space. I will click on Update. Now we will come here in this image. We will go to Advanced. We will go to Image Zoom in and out. Here at the bottom, we will put 20 to make it a little more spaced. So it was like this. Now we are going to create this part here of who are our clients. I will even copy this text here. I will come here. I will get a container with the arrow down. I will come here in Advanced. I will put 50 padding. I will come here. I will drag a title here. I will paste this title here. I will leave it aligned to the center. I will come in Style, Typography. I will leave the weight 800 and I will leave the size 45. I will come here in the library. I will drag a container down here. I will come here. I will get an icon box. In fact, it only says icon here. There is an icon box, you see? And then I will duplicate this here. I will leave it in 3 here, but then you realize that it is getting one below the other, and I want it to be on the other side. You will click here on this container. It will come here in direction, and it will leave here horizontal line, because it will be on the other side, okay? GOM. Now I'm going to come here, and I'm going to do the process of copying these titles and texts, okay? I'm going to copy, then I'm going to click here, then I'll replace the title here and replace the description here. Remembering that I'm giving you an example of layout here, okay? It is not mandatory for you to make this layout the same. I'm just giving you an idea. This is a service landing page, so usually when we sell a service, we make a copy here to direct the person and convince the person to hire our service. And this one, who are our customers here, which could also be descriptions here, right? How will your type of service be, what type of service we offer, and everything else. This helps a lot to convince the person to buy with you, okay? So what I'm teaching you, you have to pay attention here. Here you can put a title you want, and here information you want in the form of little cards with cute icons, title, and description, okay? This is the point here. Don't pay attention to the text only and do it the same. It will adapt for you, okay? Okay, so here in the middle, I'm going to do it like this, right? Copy the title, come here, paste the title, and copy the description, and come here and paste the description, okay? For those who don't know, to copy, if you are doing it here following mine, just select here with the mouse, right-click, copy, come here, click here, select Ctrl-V to paste, okay? It's the same thing. Right-click, copy, Ctrl-V to paste, okay? Then I will do the following to break the line, right? To make these other 2 rows here, I will right-click, duplicate, click with the right mouse button, duplicate. But you realize that it is infinitely one on the side of the other. I want it to break the line, so I will click here in this container. I will click here on wrap, okay? Then it will do this. It will be one on the side of the other, but then we need to configure it like this. This container has 100% spacing here, right? We can come here in the space between the widths, which is the space that will be between the boxes, and put here change to percentage and change to 2. So we are saying that between each box there will be 2% spacing. If we want it to be 3 here, how many spacings will we use in each line? 2, right? 1 spacing here and 1 spacing here, the side ones don't count, okay? 1, 2, right? So if each one has 2%, we have 2 plus 2, 4. So 4% of this 100 is just spacing. So we do this, 100 minus 4, which is an empty space, will be 96% of area left. Then you will divide by the number of squares you want. In my case, it is 3. So each one has to have 32% spacing. How do you do to leave 32%? You come here in advanced, come here in width, let it customize, make sure it is percentage here and put 32, see? As you did this one, you can click the right button, click on copy, click the right button, paste style, click the right button, paste style, click the right button, paste style, paste style. See? As it has the same style as each one with 32% spacing, it will be in the right place. I can come to these others here, finish duplicating until I make the 3 lines. Done. I made the 3 lines. I can keep coming here and copying the text. So I will come there, I will copy the title and paste it there. I will come here, I will copy the text and paste it here. I will do this with these others here. I will speed up. I will skip to the part that I have already finished doing these here. You do the same thing in yours, copy here and paste there. Okay, now we will come here in none of them. Let's put the icons. I will leave all these icons that I used here for you in the material, okay? Then you will come here, you will come in content, then here in icon you will send the SVG file. Then a warning will appear for you to leave, for you to allow, okay? And then you will come and get the icon. I will select all that I need here at once. Look. I will click here to open it to show everyone here. And I will click here to insert, see? And now you will do this. You will click here, you will get the icon and click on Insert. You will click here, send the icon, it will already be inserted. Sometimes this can happen. When you get them all at once, they don't show up here. You can click on Update, come here, reload the page, and then when you come here, they will all be here. Then you select, try to put an icon that matches the title you put, see? So I'm putting some here that have to do with each of the titles, and then you do the same thing, okay? I'm going to skip here to the part that I've already put them all, so it doesn't get repetitive. Done, I've put all the icons. Now we're going to click here, it's going to come in advanced. Let's go to padding, which is the space inside. Let's put 30 of padding. Let's go here in summer, by the way. Let's go back here in advanced. Let's go to background. Background type, color, let's put white. Let's go to edges, block shadow. There's a shadow, you see? But it gets too thick, okay? Don't leave it like that. It gets too ugly. To get lighter, we have to come here in this color, decrease its opacity, or to decrease it a lot, leave it like 0, 0, 0, 14 more or less, you see? Because then it got a prettier shadow. Then we'll come here in rounding. Let's leave 10 of rounding. And let's go here in type of edge. Let's leave it solid, then they'll turn the edge on everything. Let's unclog the margin values and let's leave it only at the bottom, thickness 4, you see? It's a shadow around and a little edge below. Then the color of the edge, we'll leave it blue, and then we'll click here, copy, click, and paste the style on all the other cards. Look. Just click, paste the style, click, paste the style, click, paste the style, and then we'll modify some things. Here you see that I made a mixed, right? So this one in the middle, these two here, I left the edge of another color. So in this one, I'm going to come here. I'm going to come in advanced. Edge, I'm going to change the color to that green we put. So you see, I'm going to right-click, copy, and then I'm going to paste only on the ones I want to stay, which is this, and this one in the middle. Then you see that they got very close together, here one of the other. What are we going to do? We're going to come here in this container. We're going to come here at minimum height. It's the container inside, okay? It will come here at minimum height. Let's increase the height until there is space left. Done, it increased its space. We're going to come here to justify content, and we're going to come here in the center, because they're going to stay in the center. You see, like this, they'll stay with too much space. We can even go back to this minimum height and make it smaller, okay? Now let's organize it. Let's come here in each one of them. I'll come in style. Content here in the title color, I'll make this gray darker. In fact, I'll make it darker here, make it darker. I'll come here in typography, I'll leave it secondary. I'm just going to make an adjustment. I'm going to make it 600 weight to make it thicker. In this description, I'm going to come here in typography. I'm going to leave 500 weight. I'm also going to leave 14. Then I'm going to copy, paste in the blues, you see, so I don't have to undo it. I'll just paste in the blues. I'm going to paste in this one too, in this green, but then I'm going to come in it. I'm going to come here in border. I'm going to change the color here to green again, and then I can copy and paste in the others that are green. Because it already pastes and looks the way I need it, right? And this one here, ready? They're already the right size here. Then you have to observe if there are some that are getting bigger than the other, then you try to reduce the size of the text, or you try to reduce the number of words to be as equal as possible, you know? So this one, you see that it's breaking a line. I'm going to try to make some more adjustments here in this text so that they are all the same. Let's go here. Content, then the title size will be 20, then the title size will be 20, and the description size I will leave 15, plus the weight 400. Okay, it will decrease. Then I will copy, paste in the blues, paste here in the blues. Okay, then I will paste here in green, but then I will come in this one, border, change the border to green, then I will copy and paste only in the greens. Look, you see? This size of font with this thickness, we could leave them like this. Let's click on Update, and now we're going to go here in the library. Let's get a button, drag it here. It has to be under the container. Sometimes it's easier for you to come, leave it under the title and drag the container over the button, which is this. The button is here under the container. Then you come here on the button, leave it centralized, come in size, you can leave it large. Then I left the text here, schedule a call with an accountant, you can put the text you want. Click here, then here in this link you can put the text. Put the link wherever you want it to go. So, for example, as it is a call, you can send it up here so it can fill out the form, or you can send it straight to WhatsApp, right? There are several websites where you can generate the WhatsApp link, and then you put the WhatsApp link here, click here on this little gear, and click on Open in a new window, okay? It already opens a new window and goes to WhatsApp, okay? I'm going to come here in Style Typography. I'm just going to increase the text size a little bit here. Look, leave it at about 18, weight 400. It's cool like this. I'm going to click on Update. Now let's do this section here. I'll even copy this title. Remembering that in the end, I will teach you how to make both this image and this image here, which is a little blurred here, and it gets clearer on the side, okay? Okay, let's go here. Let's get a container with 2 containers, one on each side. Then you will come here in Style, Background Type, Image, Send File. Then I'm going to get an image that I prepared, which is this image here. I'm going to click on Open. I'm going to click on Insert Media. I'm going to come here in Size. I'm going to leave it complete, centralized position, and full filling size. Then I'm going to come here. I'm going to get a title, drag it here, paste the text I copied here. I'm going to come to this title here, copy, paste his style here. I'm just going to shrink the size a little bit. I'm going to leave only 2 lines like this, okay? Always updating so as not to lose anything. Then you will come here, get a list of icons. Elementors, drag it down here, it will exclude, leave only one, it will come here on the icon, get the Elementor check icon, which is this one, click on Insert, and then you will write all the items here. You see? In this case, you are saying what we offer for your company. Then I will copy each one, paste here, then I can click here to duplicate, then I open here, copy, paste here, then I will speed up here. Done. Then after that, we will come here in Style. We increase the spacing. We will come here in the color icon and leave it in green. We will come here in the color text and leave it white. Typography. Let's leave size 18, weight 300, okay? Let's go here in icon size. Increase this icon size a little bit. Let's leave it at about 25. Let's go here in list. Increase the spacing a little more. Then I will pass you a code, which is this code here. This code here, I will leave it for you on our drive, okay? There in the material, the link is in the description. Then you will come and click here in Advanced. You will click on Custom CSS, which is only appearing here because of that Royal Add-ins plugin that we installed, and then you will paste the text here, okay? If you have Elementor Pro, you will have this function here too, Custom CSS. Well, it will look like this. Now we will come here. Let's increase the width here so that everyone can be in one line, right? Let's go here in this main container up here. Let's go to advanced. Let's put 50 padding. Let's unclose the margin layers. And at the top and bottom, we can put 80. Okay, to have a nice spacing. And then our section of what we offer will look like this. One thing I did in this other one here, which was darker, was to add a color overlay here. So I came in this section, Style. Overlay background type, then I took a blue one here and made it darker like this, okay? If you didn't like it, you can leave it. It's also good because of the opacity I put. It's already good, right? Now we go to this section below, which is the section where you put what you are offering in your service. Here are some characteristics. This will be very easy because, as we already did this section up here, which is very similar, we will basically copy this here. Click on this main one with the right button, copy, come down here, click with the right button, click on paste, and then everything came. Then we will just change some things. So, for example, the title, I will copy the title here, then I will click here, I will paste, it will look like this. Then I want it to break the line here where it says offer. I will type like this, bigger or smaller sign, and in the middle, BR, which is a tag to break the line, you see? It will look like this. Okay, here. There is a title missing too. I will copy this title here. I will drag the title widget here. I pasted it. I will leave it centralized. I will change the style, text color. I will leave it here in the secondary. In fact, I think I can darken this a little bit, but it will look better, okay? Then the typography, I will leave this secondary, and the title will look like this, okay? Then here you realize that they are different things, right? Here, what we offer for your business are different titles. So I put here, for example, I don't know if it's 100% right here, but then I asked the chat to apt, you know that tool that I already taught here on the channel. It's a tool for artificial intelligence that generates text, script, everything you ask it there. And then I asked it to generate these texts here, it generated for me, and then I'll get the titles here, and I'll replace them, okay? So just copy the titles, paste here, or copy the text. Try to do it like I did. Leave more or less the same amount of text to make a box equal, okay? So it doesn't get weird. So you copy the text, the title, and then paste it here, see? So I'm going to do this with everyone, okay? And I'm going to skip here to the part that I've already finished doing all of them, so it doesn't get repetitive. Done. And taking advantage, I had asked the chat to apt to generate more texts, and I found this other sentence here more interesting. I asked later for it to generate another headline, but I liked this one more, so I'm going to copy here. I'm going to replace it here with this one. So the chat apt is really cool, and you can generate several types of text. It helps you build the copy. It's really cool. I advise you to use it if you are making the copy of the land page itself, okay? Okay, then after that, we're going to do this tab here of who we are, okay? This one will be very calm too. This image, like the others, I'll teach you to do them all at the end. Here with you, okay? So first we can take advantage of this one too. Let's copy it. Look, got it? Click here with the right button on top, copy, go down, click with the right button, paste. Then we come here in the container, come in style, in image, exclude, send files, and then we'll get this image, which I'll leave for you there in the material too, okay? And in the end, I'll teach you how to create it. Look, it looks like this. Then I'll click here to exclude this list of icons that was down here. I'll click here on the title, I'll come in style, text color, I'll leave it blue, and then I'll change the title to who we are, right? I'll stay here. I'll write who we are. Then I'll come here in the library. I'll get a text editor. I'll drag it down here. I'll copy this text too. Ask the APT chat to create this text, remembering that all of this is fake. This company doesn't exist. I'm doing it just to teach you, so whatever. but I like to make everything real here so you can see how it works in practice. Whenever you copy a text like this that you're going to paste in the text widget, don't paste it here directly, otherwise it comes with HTML garbage. Take a notebook, your computer, paste the text here, then you copy the notebook, and then you paste it here, because it comes right, okay? Then I'll select here, Home Account, which in this case you will replace by the name of your company, right? Actually, don't replace it. You can't use this one. You'll create a new one, but in the name of your company you have put, you select and click here on bold, okay? Then I'll come here in Style, Text Color. I'll put this secondary color to make it a little darker, okay? I'll click here on Update. Now let's do this section here, the statements, look. I'll come here and get a container with the arrow down. I'll come here in Advanced. I'll put 70 as a padding. I'll come here and copy this title. I'll paste it here, I'll leave it centralized, then I'll change it here to Statements. I'll come up here, I'll copy this subtitle that is already configured, copy, right-click, paste, then I'll come here in this one. I'll copy the text. I'll paste here, another subtitle related to statements. Now we're going to do this statement section. I'll come here in the widget. I'll get this one. I'm going to add a testimony. This one, Kuroshu Testimony. It's from the Royal plugin, okay? If you want to do it with the Elementor itself, it has this one, but it looks like this. Then I'm going to do it with Royal, which is Kuroshu. I'm going to drag it here. This one. Then here you can... It already comes with some ready, you can exclude. Leave only one for you to configure everything. Here you put the name. Here you put the profession of the person if you want. Here is where you will put the title that will be up there. I don't want this title up there. I didn't put it, so I won't put it. I'll just put the name and the profession. There's Luis, traffic manager. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to write here, for example, Luis, traffic manager. You can put the name of the company if you provide service to a company. And here you write, right? You can exclude this one. And then you write the statement here. Paste the statement of your clients, okay? Again, this is fake. I'm going to put a statement that doesn't exist, just to be able to exemplify for you. Do you see where there is a title? I will exclude. And here you put the stars. So I'm going to change the star to 5 here. So you can put 1 to 5. And then down here, it has the time, you see? The months. Then it says when was the date that the person sent this evaluation. I'll exclude it too. I'll leave it like this. Remembering that these are fields, okay? Here is the date field, here is the title field. But you can do whatever you want. You can put a sentence, you can put anything you want here. Use the fields in your favor. I'm going to use only title here, star, okay? And the image. And then here, this image that you put up here will be the image that will stay here of the person. I also made some round images of some men here that I will leave for you. And also in the end, I will teach you how to do it, okay? So just to be able to use it here as a statement. So it would be interesting for you to do this too. Leave the pretty images here so that the whole image is not out of order. So I pasted the text here. Then after you zoom in, right? You click here, which you will have duplicated. And then you just keep changing here, each one of them, okay? So I'm going to do this, I'm going to add the others here. I'm going to cut to the part that I've already registered about 4 or 5 here. Ready. I've already registered here about 5 statements, okay? And here you can make the settings. So here you determine how many you want to be in each column, see? You can only determine 1 or 2 in this free version of the plugin. I think 2 is more interesting, okay? And how many to roll at a time? So, for example, as it is 2 and 2, every time you pass here, it will already roll the 2. If you put 1 at a time, every time you pass the ball, it will bring only 1 to the side, see? So, for example, see? Only 1 passes and the other is still there. Okay, so I'll leave it like this. Roll 1 at a time. Navigations. if you want navigation to appear, if you want the arrows to appear here, or if you want it to be just the balls, I'll leave the arrows the same. Here are the icons, which is for you to determine which icons it is, if it's a big one, if it's a double arrow, circle arrow. Then you determine what kind of icon it is, see? I'll leave this one here, I thought it was cool, okay? Here the effect of passing, if you want it to be slide or fade. There are several settings here that you can test. Okay, I'll leave it like this. Here the icon style, I'll leave it like this. Here is the star style, see? There's this one, this bigger star. I'll leave these two. And here in style you configure. I'll configure here on the page, which are the balls. I always like to increase their size. I think it gets more professional when it increases. I'll leave the colors the same way. Here in navigation, I'll change the color to blue, which is the blue we use, and I'll increase the size a little bit. Here you can also make a ball, put a background, see? If I want to put a background, an edge, but I won't do that. I'll just leave the icon color. Here in content, you configure some things, titles, and everything else. I'll leave the same font as it is, just the color of this star, which I'll make a little more orange, which I think is cooler. Here you can configure if you want it to be up or down. I'll leave it down here, I think it's better since there's no title up there. Here in Meta, I'll configure the size of the image. I'll make it a little bigger here. It'll look like this. Here we can configure the titles and everything else. I'll leave them the size they are and I'll click on Update. This is how our video will look like. Then we'll come here in the background, in style, type of background, color. I'll put some gray here, very light to make a mark here in this section. Now we go to this FAQ section. I'll come here. I'll get a container widget down. I'll come advanced. I'll put 70 padding. I'll come here. I'll copy this title. I'll paste it here. I'll copy this subtitle. I'll paste it here. Then I'll change it to FAQ. And down here for frequent questions. Then we'll come here. We'll get the chord widget, which is this one. We'll drag it here. It comes with 2. You can exclude 1. Then you'll come here, right? Copy the question here. Open it. Then here in the title tab, you put the question here, and here inside the FAQ box, you'll put the title. You put the question here, and here inside the FAQ box, you put the answer, which will appear in there. So you do this with everyone. Copy or write the title of the question, duplicate, here write the title, and here paste the answer. I'll do this with everyone here. I'll speed it up. Done. I pasted everyone here. Now we'll come here in style. In title, here in background, we'll select the blue color. In color, we'll leave it white. In color, we'll leave it green. In typography, we can take this one from the secondary. Let's go here in accordion. Width of the edge, let's leave it at 0, and we'll increase the spacing a little bit. Going back to the title, in padding, let's leave it at 20. And in icon, we'll change it. Let's leave it here, forward. Now we need to come here in content and icon and change it. So I'll take this one. I'll come here in all icons. I'll take the plus icon, which is this one. And this one below, I'll leave it like this little symbol. It will look like this. Now I'll come here in Advanced Custom CSS, and I'll paste a CSS that I left for you to be able to transform this rounded tab here. If it's not working, like mine didn't work here, that I copied from another website, you'll do the following. You'll access your page here. As it is, it will come here. Then you'll click with the right button, click on Inspect, and we'll find it here. See? See this little blue tab here? See? This little title here, until before this tab, we'll select it. Let's go back here. Until before this tab, this little tick there, we'll paste it, see? Done. Now we got the ID right and it's rounding right. So it will look like this. I'll come here in this container. I'll come here in Layout. I'll come here in Width. I'll reduce its width a little bit, because as the title and everything else is small, so it doesn't get too stretched, since the questions are small, because otherwise it looks ugly. Then I left it like this, okay? Now let's go up here. Let's get this Call Schedule button. Let's copy, let's click here, paste it here, then I'll just leave it schedule a meeting, the title. Done. It will look like this, a configuration I want to do in the buttons. I'll come here in Style, Hover, Animation. I'll pass the mouse and I'll leave it grow, because then when the person passes the mouse, it looks like this, see? Remembering that you will put the link here, see? See that there is a link here? You will put the link here for your WhatsApp, for the company's WhatsApp, so the person can call you. Okay, okay. I'll click here with the right button, Copy. I'll go up here on all the buttons, I'll click Paste Style. Paste style, it will look like this, see? The same configuration. And let's update. Now we just need to do this little foot wheel here. I'll even copy this title I made. I'll click the right button here, get a content that I set down, turn here style, background type, color, I'll leave this blue. I'll come here, drag a title here, paste the text here, I'll come here style. I'll put the white color. I'll come here in typography. I'll put this text. I'll come in content. I'll leave it centralized. I'll come here in the library. I'll drag an image up here. I'll get the logo image. I'll come here in style. I'll come in width. I'll make it smaller, remembering that I'm only decreasing because I made mine very big. If yours is already the right size, you don't need to. I'll come here in content. I'll leave the size of the full image so it doesn't get blurry. I'll come here in content. I'll come in advanced. I'll leave 50 of padding. I'll come here in style, border, solid type of border. I'll unlink all the values here and I'll leave only 4 on top because there will be an edge up there and the color of the border, I'll click on the world and get this green and it will be an edge like this, okay? And that's it. We've already made our footer. If we click here on the eye, we can see our page here, how it is. We're done. Now I'm going to configure it for mobile devices, cell phones, tablets, so we can configure it to look cute on the cell phone too. How do we do that? We click down here in responsive mode, and we'll be able to see how it looks on the cell phone, how it looks on the tablet, and how it looks on the computer. I'll teach only here on the cell phone, but then you'll learn that if you just click here on tablet, you can see how it looks on the tablet too, and you can adjust it, okay? There's a video here on the channel also teaching how to adjust better for other devices, so I'll leave it here on the cell phone. I'll come here in this container. I'll come in advanced. I'll change the padding here to 20. I'll come here in the title, change style, typography. I'll reduce its size. I'll leave it like this. Change here in content. I'll leave centered. I'll come here in this one too. Change style, typography. I'll reduce the size a little. I'll come here. Leave it centered too. I'll come here in this logo. Leave it centered too. I'll come in advanced. Take that margin off. I'm going to come here in this container. I'm going to come advanced. I'm going to uninstall the image values, and I'm going to put a superior one there of 20 so it doesn't get so stuck with the one above. I'm going to come here still in this container. I'm going to come advanced, and here in the padding, I'm going to leave 20 of padding. I'm going to uninstall the values, and on top and bottom, I'm going to leave 40 to get a good size. I'm going to come here in layout. They're all aligned here in the center. I think I'm going to decrease here. I'm going to leave only 30, in fact. On top, I'm going to leave only 20, and I'm going to leave only below 40. It will stay like this, and in the main container, I will uninstall the image values, and I will leave the one below 40 too, to have a cooler space here. I will leave everything aligned to the center. I will click here in this container below. I will come advanced. I will put 20 of padding. I will come here in this title style. I will decrease its size here. I will leave size 32. And here in these ones, I will come here in each one of them. I will come advanced, and I will leave it like this, width 100. And then I will click on copy, then I will paste in all that are blue paste style. I will do it in this green one here too. I will come advanced, leave width 100, then I will copy and paste in the greens, paste style, and I will copy from the blue and paste in the blue ones so as not to undo the edges that we made, right? I pasted in the blues, there is another blue here, then I will copy the style of the green from above and I will paste in this green and in this green here. Ready, they are all here. Now we will come to this container here. It will come here at minimum height. Let's increase its height. Let me see if I have space. Let's increase its height. Let me put 1500 here. I got to the value here. You will leave 2700 at minimum height, 2700, which will be a space between them, okay? In this container, we will leave it like this. We can leave the button like this. I will only come here in style, in rounding. I will leave it like this, so that it is well rounded. I will come here in this container. I will come here in advanced. I will put 20 padding. I will come here in this title, style, size. I will decrease the size here. I will come in content. I will leave it centralized. Here it is also in a nice size. I will leave it like this. There will be no space here, okay? Since there is no other image, it will not be. I will come here in this container. I will come in advanced. I will put 20 padding. I will come here in this title, style. I will leave it here in size 32. I will come here in this title. I will come in typography. I will leave the size 18. Then I will do the same thing on the top. I can even copy here. I will click here, copy, click here, paste. Then I will paste in all that are blue. Paste style, paste style, paste style, paste style. Now I'm going to copy from the top of the green and I'm going to paste in all the greens. Paste style, paste. I'm missing one, right, of blue? I messed up everything. Copy this blue, paste the style, I messed up everything, but then I'll come back and change it. If you mess up too, you come here. Come here advanced border, you see? Change the color of the border. Then when it's like this, if it's messy, you see? I messed up. You come and change the color of the border, no problem. Okay. Now we have to come here in this container inside. We come here at minimum height, 2.72, right? To get a nice height. And then we come and leave everything aligned to the center. By the way, I think we'll have to make this one bigger. I'll leave it at 3.200 because I put more text on it, and they got bigger, you see? So I'll leave it like this. I'll come here in the title too. I can come here in style, content, typography. I think I'll decrease the title here so I don't break the line when the title is too big. We can also decrease the spacing here. I'll click here to copy, paste. Then skip one, paste, skip another, paste, skip another, paste. And then I'll come here in the greens. I'll do the same thing. I'll come here in content. You just want adjustments, okay, guys? You can put it the way you want. I'm just adjusting here to make it prettier. I'll decrease the spacing here too. Then I'll copy and paste in the greens. Look. Paste in the greens, paste in the greens. Done. The button is also okay. We just need to come here in style, rounding. Let's leave it like this. Here in Who We Are Too, I'll come to the section. I'll come in advanced. I'll put 20 padding. I'll come here in this title style. I'll leave the size 32. The text here is a nice size. Here in deposits too, I'll come here, advanced, 20, title size, leave the size 32. This one too, I'll come in style, leave the size 18. And I'll come here. I'll come in content. I'll come here in settings and I'll leave columns. I'll change it to 2, then I'll put only 1 to stop with this bug that was. It will be one at a time here, okay? It will be like this. I'll come here in this one, I'll come in advanced, I'll leave 20 padding here in the title. Title style 32. This one too, style 18. I'll come in this other one. Style, title, size, I'll leave size 18. In fact, I'll leave size 17, weight 400, it gets better. Ready, the button is already cool. I'll come here in this container. I'll come advanced. I'll leave 20 of padding too. I'll come here in this title. I'll come in style. I'll leave weight 400. It's already a nice size. I'll come here in the image style and I'll increase its size here. I'll update. And then it will be configured right here for the phone. Then you can look at your phone too and get some things right. But at first, everything is already cool. If we look at the tablet too, it's already basically configured. We would only need to make a few other changes. Okay? One thing I noticed, guys, I forgot to put the icons here below, right? So, in yours, you come here, come content, send the SVG icon, and then you put the icons here in yours, okay? Remembering that I will leave these icons here for you, there in our drive, but you can go there and download too, okay? Whatever you want. There's a video here on the channel that's just teaching how to find SVG icons for free. Okay? If you send all the icons at once and they don't show up here, you can reload the page. And then after you come, it will be here again. The icons will be here again. Then you come here, change the icons. I came up in the wrong one here, but then I change it. You come here, change the icons, okay? And you put it the way you want. One thing I noticed too, when I was setting up on mobile, I had duplicated one here. It was like this, look. There was also one more, but I didn't want to duplicate it, so I'm going to duplicate it. One here, it was like this, look. There was also one more here, wrong. That's why here on mobile I needed to put 3,000 and something height. Here, you see? But I've already changed it to 2,700 because I had only duplicated one cart. It was wrong, okay? Now I'm going to make some motion effect settings to make it cool. So I'm going to do it like this. In this container here, I'm going to come here in advanced. I'm going to come in motion effect. I'm going to leave the fade in to appear gradually, okay? Then in this one here, I'm going to come in this one too. I'm going to come in advanced motion effect. I'm going to leave the fade in. In this one here too, I'm going to come in advanced motion effect. I'm going to leave the fade in. In this one here too, advanced motion effect, fade in. This one too, motion effect, fade in. In this one here too, I'm going to leave the widget advanced motion effect, fade in. And in this one here too, I'm going to put the fade in, advanced motion effect, fade in. Then I'll update it. Look, when I reload the page, you see it appears gradually. It looks cuter appearing like this. Gradually, okay? One thing you can do in the buttons, too, to make it more striking, come here in the advanced button, motion effect, and then you put this one, zoom in, for it to appear like this, you see? Or else boost in for it to appear like this, pulsing. Then you just copy and paste in the others. That way it appears more evident, right? Then it draws more attention for the person to click, okay? Let's also put a WhatsApp button here, which is cool, right? As it is a sales page, the intention is to close a deal with this person. It's interesting to put a WhatsApp call here too. So I'm going to come here, I'm going to come to the Press Administrator panel, I'm going to come here and Plugins, Add New. I'm going to come here, I'm going to write Join Chat. This is it, Join Chat, write like this, Join Chat, and you'll find it. Which is this one. Then you will click on Install and then Activate. Then when you install it, it stays here. You can click here on Settings. Then you see, it comes to these settings here. Then here you select the country flag, I'll leave it in Brazil, and here you put the phone number. I'm going to put a fake number here, okay? And here you will put a little text. It even gives you a little reference here, right? Hello website name, I'll just put hello, can I help? Okay? Then here is also a little message for when the till tip appears, which is a little balloon, which after a few minutes, this till tip appears. Then I can put it here, look. Can I help? Help! You can put the message you want. Here, if you want it to stay on the right or left, I'll leave it on the right. Here the time in seconds after loading, how long do you want it to appear? I'll put a second just for you to see. Here if you want it to appear only for cell phones. Here, if you want it to open on that WhatsApp web, I'll leave it here to open. Here is another call to action. It already puts how we can help here. Here is the little button to open to talk. I'll say like this, open chat on WhatsApp. On WhatsApp. Here is the color if you want to change it, and I'll save changes. Then I'll access the website here for you to see. After you finish loading, a second already appears here, see? And when you pass a class, this little ball appears, I can help. Then it's cool because it makes it easier for the person to come here and get in touch with you. Now I'm going to teach you how to make these images here, okay? I'll teach you how to create them in Canva. So, okay, you'll access canva.com here, which is this website here for us to be able to edit. There are already other videos here on the channel teaching other things about it, making banners, okay? Then I'll teach you how to make these background images here. You will access here, you will create an account on it. It is very quiet, free. And then you click here to create a design, custom size. Then you will put here 1920 x 650 width and height, which is the size I like to work for desktop. Click here to create a new design. And it will generate this space here of this size for us to work. There are already several banners ready here, see? If you have Canva Pro, many of them you can get, okay? Those who have this pad here are only for the Pro. Those who don't have it, you can even get it with Canva for free, okay? But okay, let's create those images here. It's very quiet. I'll start with this one up here, which is the banner, right? So you come to your library, get the image you want. I found all the images here in FreePeek, okay? There are several image banks, FreePeek, Pexels, Pixabay. There's FreePeek that I really like to use. Then I looked here for team, for office, okay? Which here matches what I'm trying to pass there as an image in this fish farm, see? So there are several images here that you can click and download the version of it. When it's green like this, it's free for you to download, see? Just download it. And then I came here, looked for it, downloaded it. Then you come and drag this image you downloaded here. It's this one, I dragged it here. When you want it to be on the whole screen, you click on it, click on Define Image as Background. It will be here. Then you click on it, click here on Edit Photo. Here you will have several settings for you to do. I'm going to click here on Tone. I'm going to get this blue, see? And here we can customize. So here, for example, this lighter blue, you can increase it here, see? Change the tone of the blue, it getting darker and darker. Similar to this one I made, see? And then in this blue here, you can also drag to make it a more open blue. Then you test, more or less here, which was more or less the color I used on the website, right? So you test here and it looks like this. It looks the way you want. Here you can decrease the intensity, see? Increase, decrease the intensity. And if you want, you can come here in the image itself, see? Up here, this little square, and make the image itself more transparent. You can make a section a little more transparent too, okay? I like to use it all dark here, which gave a really cool contrast. And then it is like this. Then you save, you click here on Share. And then you click here on Download. And here you select PNG or JPEG. PNG has a higher quality. And then you click here to download. Then every time you do it, you can download it or you can leave it to download everything together at the end. Or if you want, you can duplicate here. I'll add a new one. Now that the image we made has been downloaded, it's already here on the computer. But okay, let me click out here. Now I'm going to teach you how to do this one, which has a blur, you see? It's almost the same thing too, very easy. You drag the image here. Right-click, Define Background. Then you click twice on it. 2 or 3 times on it. And then it allows you to adjust, you see? I'm going to go down here to show the girl's face. Done. Then I'll do the same thing. I'll come here to edit the photo. I'll come here in dual tone. I'll choose a blue tone here. It will look like this. Then what did I do to get that blur that way? I came here in Elements. I searched for blur. And then there's this one. There are several types, but this one is really cool. Then you increase it, leave it the size you want. Usually it already takes a color from the page, you see? There are 2 colors, bluer one here and the whiter one. You can change it here too, you see? It already takes the colors from the page itself. But you can change it here too. You can put other colors to make it different if you want. I'll leave this same blue that he took. Then you can increase it here. Align it, which gives a blur here. Like we used here to write, right? It gets better because when there's a sharper image behind it, it gets very messy. Sometimes we do a blur like this to keep the image behind. But to make it more blurry so we can pay attention to the text. And then it was like this. If you come here in the image, edit the photo and move it here in its effect, like I did on top, right? To make it darker. Look, I left this one darker. And leave this one below darker. If you change it like this, then you come and move it here too, to make it more consistent. Come here. Put a blue here that you think will match better, okay? But anyway, that's how you do it. Now I'm going to teach you how to do this one, lighter. You come here, click on Add to Page, drag the image here. I also took this image there in FreePick. I took all of these in FreePick. So drag it here. Then you can do it in 2 ways. You can do it like I taught you. Click here with the button. Define image as background. Then you click on the image, click on Edit Photo. I came here in the tone. I chose this one, more gray. And then you can come here changing the color, making a lighter color here. Or to give a lighter contrast. You see, you can come changing here too. Then you leave the color you want, okay? And do it like I did here. You can even duplicate this one, see? Click on this blur, duplicate and bring it down here. If it's not coming, you can click on it, click on copy, click out, click here, click on paste. Then it comes. Then you come here in the color and change it, see? Here to white or to any other color you want. Then if you duplicate it, it gets even more blur. You can even duplicate it on top of it, see? It gets darker. Then you can make it more transparent, darker, you can increase its size. Then you adjust the blur here. So you can do it that way. I'm going to exclude one of them here. Or you can do it like I did here, because I did a trick with both images. I'm going to click on the image here. I'm going to click here to unhook the background image. Then I'll drag it over here. Make it more like this. Then I'm going to click on it, duplicate, and drag it over here. Then I'm going to click with the right button, click on Organize, and move it back. Then it will be behind this first one. I'm going to click here again, Organize, move back, then it will be behind the blur too. See? And then you can adjust, you can increase the blur, or you can take the image here, then you drag it over here so you can click on the image. Come here in its transparency, make it a little more transparent. But if you make it more transparent, there will be a bigger break between this image and it. See? So you adjust, I left it more or less like this. I left it in normal transparency. I came here in blur and increased its size because there was a bigger blur here. Then I duplicated the blur. It was more erased here, erasing the image more. And then you modify it the way you want. If you want, you can do it like this. Prepare them all, come here and share, download them all. It will download them all in a zip file. It will download them all like this. Then you click here, show on the page, click on it, click on Extract All. Then the images will be available for you to use. Then you just have to look at the size, see? It's too big, size 948. You can come here in the I Love image, for example, and compress it. Click here on this Compress tab. Then you can select all at once, drag it here, compress the image. It will reduce its weight so it doesn't get so heavy on the website. You see? Then you don't decrease the quality too much, okay? And then do the same thing, click here, show on the folder, click here with the right button, extract all. And then the images will be here, already with a smaller weight. If you zoom in on it, it's 125 KB, see? Then you can use them on the website, okay? Now you just have to put the images in these little balls here, right? Then we'll go back here to Canva. We'll come here to create a design. Custom size, you can create a very small one. It can be 100% size. It will be very small there, right? Click here to create a new design. Then you will come here in Elements. It will go down here where there is a frame. You will click here. Then you resize it or drag it like this until it is almost at the end. Be careful not to cut it, okay? There's still a little space left. Then you take the image of the man. As I told you, I downloaded it on FreePeek, those images there. I downloaded it on FreePeek because it's fake, okay? But in your case, you take a photo of your client's logo or your client's, okay? And then you come and drag it, just drag the image here, put it on top here. Then you click like this, put it in the direction of the circle, it will go in here, see? And then you click on Share, Download. Then you have to mark here transparent background so you don't have this white background. Then you click on Download and that's it. You will have downloaded your photo in circle format.